Hi students, in this class we are going to discuss about the frequency response of the system characterized by difference equation. So we are already familiar with how to find the frequency response, impulse response, transfer function. If the difference equation is given, we have solved these type of problems in using DTFT. The same procedure here we are going to do it, but here we are going to solve using the Z transform. So first consider a causal LTI system is described by y of n is equal to some relation they have given in terms of that is y of n related to x of n, where x of n and y of n are the input and the output of the system. Determine the following: the system function, impulse response, step response, and response y of n for the input. X of n is equal to 1 by 4 power n into u of n. So we will see all these in details one by one, and we will see first what is the how to find the system function. So first, to find system function, we have they have given the difference equation y of n minus 5 by 6 y of n minus 1 plus 1 by 6 y of n minus 2, which is equal to x of n. Here the system function is nothing but your h of z, that is the transfer function. So if you want to find h of z, you need to know y of z by x of z. Okay, so from if you want to find this, here they have given a difference equation, so we have to apply Z transform. For this, applying Z transform, we can find out the transfer function of the system. Okay, so when you apply Z transform for this, you will get y of z minus 5 by 6. So this is delay. When you apply the time delay property, you will get z power minus 1. So 1 by 6 y of z power minus 2, which is equal to x of z. Grouping y of z 1 minus 5 by 6 z inverse plus 1 by 6 z power minus 2 in equal to x of z. So y of z by x of z is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus 5 by 6 z inverse plus 1 by 6 z power minus 2. So which is nothing but your h of z. So here the transfer function of the system function is nothing but 1 divided by 1 minus 5 by 6 z inverse plus 1 by 6 z power minus 2. Okay, so the next one is we need to find out the impulse response of the system, that is we need to find h of n. So if you want to find h of n, you need to take inverse z transform for the function h of z. Okay, so we know either there are three methods are there. One is partial fraction method, then residue method, then another one is long division method. Either you can use any one of the method to find the transfer to find the inverse z to find h of n. Okay, so here I am going to use partial fraction method to find out the inverse z transform. So here I have applied partial fraction. Okay, first step is we check in term whether it is whether the power is in terms of positive power. So it is in terms of positive power, x divided by z. So I am getting z divided by z minus 1 by 2, z minus 1 by 3, z minus 1 by 2. So applying partial fraction and substituting the values for z is equal to 1 by 2 and z is equal to 1 by 3, I am getting a as minus 2 and b as 3. Okay, then I am substituting in this equation, in this relation, then I am finding h of z. Now directly you can find h of n, because you know a power n u of n z transform is z by z minus a. Okay, so here applying that formula, minus 2 z minus 1 by 3, for a it is 1 by 3 power n into u of n. Okay, plus 3 z divided by z minus 1 by 2, so 1 by 2 the whole power n into u of n. Okay, so this is what the resultant, that is the impulse response of the system. Okay, so we have find out transfer function and the impulse response of the system. So the next one is step response. So what is the step response means? When the input is that is the third one, step response. Step response is nothing but when the input, that is the input x of n is equal to step function, step signal. So what will be the y of n? Step is nothing but your u of n, right? So here if the input is u of n, we need to find y of n, but they have given in terms of difference equation. So from the transfer function we know that h of z is equal to y of z by x of z. So y of z is equal to h of z into x of z. So you know h of z already we have find out here this h of z. Okay, so using this h of z and x of z we need to find out this y of z. Okay, so here so x of n is equal to what? U of n. Okay, so you need to find x of z. So x of z is nothing but u of n is z by z minus 1. Okay, so that is, it is nothing but a power n u of n equal to z by z minus a. So here instead of 1 I am having 1 here, u of n 1 here, 1 power n into u 1 power n into u of n, it is nothing but z by z minus 1. Okay, so here the z transform of this is z by z minus 1. So your y of z is equal to h of z is z squared by z minus 1 by 3 into z minus 1 by 2 into z by z minus 1. So this is what the now resultant. So now you need to apply partial fraction method in order to find out the inverse that is y of n. You know, in applying inverse z transform you can find y of n by applying the different values for z 1 by 2 1 and 1 by 3. If you substitute z is equal to 1 by 3, b equal to minus 3. Similarly you check for z is equal to 1 by 3, a equal to 1, z is equal to 1, c is equal to 3. So now this is what your y of z. So now applying inverse z transform, it is nothing but u of n, that is a power n u of n is z by z minus a. So here a is 1 by 3, so 1 by 3 the whole power n into u of n minus 3 z by z minus a 1 by 2 the whole power n into u of n plus 3 z by z minus 1, the a is 1 power n into u of n. Okay, so here we 1 by 3 the whole power n minus 3 into 1 by 2 the whole power n plus 3 into u of n. So this is what the output when the input is your step response. Then the fourth one is here the input is x of n is equal to 1 by 4 the whole power n u of n. You need to find y of n. Okay, so first you need to find y of z. From that you can find y of n. So finding y of z, h of z into x of z. H of z you already know. For this you need to find x of z, where x of z is equal to 1 by here x of n is equal to 1 a power n u of n. Therefore z by z minus 1 by 4. So now similarly you have to apply y of z is equal to z square divided by z minus 1 by 3 into z minus 1 by 2. So same problem here. Here we have written z by z minus 1. So here instead of that z by z minus 1 by 4. That's it. Okay, the remaining procedure and all same. So you just try it and check whether you are getting the result. So the same procedure here. So using partial fraction method and finding the result, a equal to minus 8, b equal to 6 and c is equal to 3. Then again we need to find y of z. So cross multiplying with z. So this is what y of z now we are getting. So from this we need to find y of n. So here it is minus 8 z by z minus a. It is nothing but 1 by 3 the whole power n into u of n plus 6 into 1 by 2 the whole power n into u of n plus 3 into 1 by 4 the whole power n into u of n. So this is what the resultant. So the same procedure what we did using DTFT, the same will be applicable here. Is applicable here. Only thing is we are going to find out the inverse z that is we are going to use only the z transform for for applying difference for applying property z transform property for the difference equation, and while retrieving the time domain we are going to use the inverse z transform. See this problem. So here y of n, they have given one difference equation. You need to find output when the input is x of n is equal to u of n. The same problem what we did, but additionally they have given some initial condition. The system is having some initial values, that is y of minus 1 is equal to 10 and y of minus 2 is equal to 20. So for that, here y of n minus 1, if initial condition exists means, so normally you will have like this only, you will have only this. When you apply z transform for y of n minus 1, you will have z inverse y of z. So in addition to this, you will have y of n minus 1, similar to the differential equation by applying initial conditions using Laplace transform. Okay, so y of n minus 2 is equal to z power minus 2 y of z plus z inverse y of minus 1 plus z power minus z plus y of minus 2. Similarly, this can be applicable for any delay function y of n minus 2. Okay, now using this alone, we are going to incorporate it. Okay, now applying z transform for this. So what you will get is, you will get y of z. Okay, so you will get y of z for this one minus 1 by 10. So z inverse y of z plus y of minus 1, then minus 2 by 100 into z power minus 2 y of z plus y of minus 1 into z inverse plus y of minus 2. Okay, so this is the left hand side, which is equal to 2 into x of z minus z inverse x of z plus x of minus 1. Okay, so before that, first you need to simplify this. So when you simplify this, before simplifying, you need to substitute all these values. So y of z minus 1 by 10 z inverse y of z, y of minus 1 value is minus 10, so minus 10 minus 2 by 100 z power minus 2 y of z minus y of minus 10 z inverse, here it is 20, so plus 20, which is equal to similarly here this side I am having 2 into x of z. So here for initial condition is for only for output, not for the input. Okay, so here what I am going to do is, I am not having any initial conditions for input. Okay, so directly I am applying x 2 into x of z minus z inverse of x. Okay, so this is what the initial conditions. Okay, so the next one is, before that we need to know x of z, because x of n is given, so it is nothing but z by z minus 1. So you know that u of n z transform is z by z minus 1. So applying here now 2 into z by z minus 1 minus z inverse by into z by z minus 1. So simplifying here, y of z into 1 minus 1 by 10 z inverse minus 2 by 100 z power minus 2, which is equal to, so what I will get is, here on simplifying the bringing constant term this side and simplifying this, what I am getting is 1.4 minus 0.6 z inverse plus 0.2 z power minus 2 divided by 1 minus z inverse. So your y of z is equal to 1.4 minus 0.6 z inverse plus 0.2 z power minus 2 divided by 1 minus z inverse 1 minus 0.1 z inverse minus 0.02 z power minus 2. So this is what I am getting. Now if I need to find y of n, I need to apply inverse z transform. Okay, so first y of z by z, which is equal to, so when you divide this by z, what I will get here an z term, Okay, so first here first you need to check whether it is in the positive power, but here it is in the negative power, so you need to first convert into positive power. So y of z is equal to 1.4 z cube minus 0.6 z square plus 0.2 z divided by z minus 1. Here when you factor it, you will get z minus 0.2 z plus 0.1. Okay, so this is what the resultant now. So now you can find y of z by z, so which is equal to, when you divide this by z, what you will get it, take this z outside here, so here it will become 1.4 z square minus 0.6 z plus 0.2 divided by z minus 1 z minus 0.2 z plus 0.1. Now apply partial fraction for this. While applying partial fraction, you will get this resultant. Then finally you need to find y of n. So y of n, here it is 1.136. Here 1 power n into u of n plus 0.567. Here a is 0.2 the whole power n u of n plus 0.83. Here it is minus 0.1 the whole power n into u of n. So this is for the resultant. So it's in the similar manner you have to find out for all values of here similarly here you need to follow the same procedure in order to find the impulse response, transfer function, then frequency response, then you need to find, if you want to find step response, ramp response, whatever it may be, the procedure is same. Okay, so hope you have understand these concepts. So we have completed the topic solving difference equation using Z transform. Here you can here you may ask to find the impulse response, frequency response, step response without mentioning any transform. So in that case you can either use the Z transform or you can either use DTFT if it is a discrete time sequence. Okay, so it's very simple only. So in the next video we will discuss about the convolutional sum. Okay, thank you.